All right, so we are back. I'm going to wait for everybody to join the new stream. I guess we froze out last time. So, all right. Awesome possum. People are coming back. Sorry about that. It is what it is. Hi, Salma. Hi, everybody. Hi, Carla. Jane, thank you for coming back. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle, just let me know if it freezes again. I apologize, everyone, for the inconvenience. I know it's a pain in the ass. All right. So in this remote, we looked at Amy Klobuchar. Did you guys get to Amy Klobuchar? Was it? Okay. So what would happen if Amy Klobuchar was president in the multiverse? It was kind of interesting because, like I said, going into Amy Klobuchar's energy, she's one of the guys. She likes sports. She likes to hang out with the guys. She can be tough. She's similar to a guy in the sense that she doesn't believe in complaining. She believes in just getting the work done. I think, Naomi, that Trump is going to try and pardon, but let's see how it plays itself out. Yeah, so Amy Klobuchar has that aspect of like the working man, the blue collar guy who doesn't explain, doesn't complain, does his job, no excuses. Rain or shine, you get up and you go to work. That's Amy Klobuchar. So in the vision, I saw the mantra that she says to herself, that Amy Klobuchar says to herself. And so it's like she was running and she was talking to herself. And you could, in this theoretical vision, see someone like Pete Buttigieg saying, hey, little girl, why don't you step down? You're taking my votes and I'll give you the VP position. Amy Klobuchar would say, no, Mayor Pete, I don't want the VP. My name is Amy and I always win. So Amy Klobuchar's mantra is, my name is Amy and I always win. You know, I saw her jogging. My name is Amy and I always win. Get out of my way, Mayor Pete. My name is Amy. I always win. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. I always win. No excuses. No victims. She has an incredible amount of compassion. She is compassionate if somebody really has a legitimate excuse. Like she'll be, no excuses. Go, 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 go. Oh, yeah, but my dog died. Oh, your dog died? Okay, well, that's a legitimate excuse. She does have this aspect to her where she's unbelievably compassionate, but she has another aspect where she's shape up or ship out, no excuses. And she just gets that from her family, from her upbringing. Her first order of business, like Biden, will be peace, reaching across the aisle, but specifically she's concerned about our relationship with our allies. And just like Biden, thank you, Anna. Just like Biden, she reaches out to allies and starts to strengthen alliances. She strengthens alliances both in the United States between Democrats, independents, and progressive Republicans. She builds that coalition. And it goes back to the remote that we had talked about in the past. If you look at the remote we did last week, we talked about the fact that gentle kindness and speaking to people's better angels is more powerful than attacking people. Do you remember that? That the feminine, what we call the feminine, but there's nothing inherently feminine about it or masculine about it, that there's love and openness, and then there's anger, fear, and aggression. But if you use love and kindness and inclusiveness, you're going to be far more powerful. And that is what Amy Klobuchar is doing. She is the candidate, she and Buttigieg, but she, even more than Buttigieg, is using the very technique that we had gotten from Spirit would be the most powerful, and that is to appeal to the better angels in people that I know you're a good person. I know there's more that unites us than divides us. Let's come together and, create a country that we can all be proud of. That inclusive energy that Spirit was talking to us about, definitely we see that with Amy Klobuchar. So that is what I have for last night's remote. We're going to go ahead and do a blitz until noon. You missed Amy Klobuchar's mantra. She talks. She has a mantra for herself. Does anybody want to tell her what Amy Klobuchar's mantra is? My name is Amy. I always win. My name is Amy. I always win. It's kind of catchy, isn't it? I think that Amy Klobuchar could win the presidency, yes. I think what I like about her and I like about Bernie is that when you go into the remote on Bernie Sanders, I have to admit, from an energetic perspective, he's on a very high level. I mean, he really is an open channel. I can see why he has almost a cult following, in the sense that he really is a truth teller and he really gets to the point, and he doesn't like BS. And if you are harming the environment, if you're exploiting workers, he's going to deal with you. He's very, what you see is what you get with Bernie. With Amy Klobuchar, what brings her in a very powerful way is this message of unity at a time when America is tired of this division. And she's very popular with everybody because she does that. I don't see Bernie picking Amy Klobuchar because Bernie doesn't want to compromise. He wants to go very aggressively after the corruption. So I think Amy does some good stuff. Obviously, if she wins, I'm going to vote for her. I'll vote for whoever, as long as they win What's interesting is that Mike Bloomberg has started to look at Amy Klobuchar. So either he will talk about funding her campaign and stepping back, or he will talk about making her his VP. Because it's not Bernie that's taking a look at Amy Klobuchar, it's Michael Bloomberg. And that would be a very powerful ticket. I can't imagine a reality where if you had Mike Bloomberg and Amy Klobuchar together that they would lose, just because of the amount of money, the message of bringing people together. I think Amy's getting a lot of campaign money now here. All right, let's go ahead and do some blitzes. The main complaint about South Carolina and these areas is lack of infrastructure in the campaigns, from what I was led to understand. Yeah, a lot of people like Warren. Let's go ahead and look at the week, and we'll go ahead and look at Trump, and then from there somebody had asked if we could look at Roger Stone also and his sentencing. Does anybody know what sign Roger Stone is? Thank you, Cindy Keel Johnson. It's very sweet of you. Virgo? Okay. You wonder, it was interesting to go into Barr's energy because Barr felt like Stone had done great things for this country. That was Barr's argument. And he said that because of what Roger Stone had done for the Republican Party. My leg is cramping. So, and the reason why he felt like Stone should get a special out was because he was seen as some kind of hero or somebody who had done great things for the Republicans. And in Bill Barr's mind, that's the same as being patriotic. So if you get into the mind of somebody like Bill Barr, he sees Roger Stone as someone who's been an asset to the United States and therefore should not be given, he should be given special, that should be taken into consideration, that somebody who's that important to the Republican Party should not be thrown in jail for 7 years or 8 years. So that was where Barr was coming from. All right. What is going to be with Roger Stone? He has a victory card over him, Ace of Swords and a Ten of Cups. And he's saying when you go into his energy that it has to do with his insurance policy. He has some very powerful insurance policy. Remember, we had the vision of him holding the cards. I'm not ready to show this card yet. But he seems to have some very powerful insurance policy that may be able to get him off. There's a nice Ace of Swords, which is victory after tears. And he's got a Ten of Cups there, the celebration with the family. So he thinks that this is going to end, the summary, the base of the matter, with him celebrating with his family. And he's well loved and well protected by his friends in DC. All right. His inheritance. So inheritance can also be one's karma. He's calling in a loan or a feeling like you owe me. There's a Ten of Swords over him. Old alliances, the Six of Cups. Waiting for mercy, the Six of Pentacles. It's all about alliances. April. The initial news could be bad with a Ten of Swords on top of him, but something about old alliances coming in and deals being struck, action, reaction, Two of Cups here again. Former alliances can lead to Four of Wands. That's a card of April, the Wands being the month cards. In 4 months or by April, there could be some kind of an attempt at an alliance or agreement between him and another group of people that shows him some mercy, or that he somehow is able to get out of this. Waiting for his ship to come in. And here it is again, an offer, the Page of Cups, the hopes and fears that he can have control over the situation, and then the final outcome, a deal is struck. I don't know why people say that he can't be pardoned, because this president seems to be able to do whatever he likes. Yeah, I think he's going to get sentenced. I think that something's going to happen, some kind of a deal. And I think that the deal is going to somehow get him out of this situation, at least temporarily. That's not going to get him out of trouble for state charges because he didn't pay state taxes, which is one of the things they could theoretically get him on. But he also used to have parties and he used to film parties similar to Epstein. So he's got an insurance policy because of all the swingers parties he's had and all the people that attended those swingers parties. So he's done a lot of favors. He's kept a lot of secrets. And he's been a good friend to the Republican Party. And that's his insurance policy. So, yeah, I think she could slam him with something pretty heavy, but then somehow he's able to get out of it. Somehow he's going to be able to swindle out of it. Let me look at Michael Flynn because I think a similar thing's going on with Michael Flynn. Yeah. What's going to be with Michael Flynn? It's the same thing. It's a feeling of a raw deal that Barr feels Flynn got a raw deal because of how it would benefit the millionaires and billionaires of the Republican Party. And in Barr's mind, that's the same as being patriotic. It's hard to reach. Base cards are the Four of Pentacles. So there's some aspect of this of retracting of the energy and the Queen of Cups. So this is like, feels to me like a holding pattern. Some kind of offer coming here. They're in conflict about it. Yeah, you can see the Mercy card coming in, the Six of Pentacles with an Ace of Cups over him. And again, Page of Cups here. So they're really trying to help him. They're concerned about him talking about certain things. The Four of Pentacles, which is to retract energy, it can often be to reserve. Five of Pentacles, walking away from a situation that places one in exile. It's almost like they get him off, but then he's not supposed to talk to anybody afterwards. I could see them with these cards helping him get out of the situation or doing him some favor, and then afterwards they don't know him. It's like, we got you out. It was a secret deal. Don't tell anybody. We arranged this situation, but you're not to discuss with anybody how this arrangement happens or what the nature of this deal was. Yeah, I think they're going to help him get off. I don't think he's going to be doing a lot of time. If he does do time, it won't be more than a couple of months. And I think that this is some kind of an arrangement that was made by the higher ups, but it's not to be discussed. And it appears to be because of, again, some kind of deal he struck or favors he made with higher ups that put him in a situation where they felt he should have some immunity. Okay, these are secret sweetheart deals, and they seem to be because they want everybody to keep their mouths shut about certain things. But it's interesting. Okay, I want to just go in and check Trump for the week. His cards are, his energy is weird. Everybody keeps talking about how great he's doing, but to be honest with you, I feel like people are bored with Trump. He's a divider. He's not a uniter. People are tired of all the screaming and fighting. He's got a core group of people that are still holding on. But a lot of people are excited about Mike Bloomberg. They're excited about Buttigieg. They're excited about Amy Klobuchar. And they're excited about Bernie Sanders. So people have just gotten bored with Trump. All he does is fight and yell and insult people. And they just feel that there are other options out there. The independents, the moderate Republicans, the people who feel disenfranchised are very, very drawn to Bernie Sanders and Amy Klobuchar. So energetically, it doesn't feel like Trump is really that powerful. It feels like people are losing interest in him. Let me go in and see. He can't attack Amy Klobuchar because Amy Klobuchar is like a soccer mom. She's everybody's friendly next door neighbor. She's the person who offers to babysit your kids when you go to the PTA meeting. I mean, it's going to be really hard for him to attack Amy Klobuchar. He's working on secret deals, the Queen of Secrets, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. The reason I think there's a lot of secrecy is because they feel like as soon as the Democrats find out anything, or if there's an expose in the news, it doesn't go well for them. But so there's all this secrecy around this presidency and backdoor deals and plans and don't tell anybody, and it all has to be secret. Sun coming out, walking away. I really think there's going to be I think he's losing his power in the Republican Party, and it really is because the voters are moving away from him towards the Democrats. Time is running out. He does have funding, though, but I don't know if he can compete with Michael Bloomberg. And that would be interesting because that means that Wall Street turns from him. The sad thing is he becomes increasingly confused with a moon card. I feel like people are constantly helping him and doing favors for him, but he really is the luckiest guy in the world with cards like this. But the only people around him are the people that are supporting him, but that's not enough to win a presidency because of the cracks that are happening in the GOP right now. So I don't think that he's even consciously aware because he lives in a bubble of just how little support he has outside of his bubble. I think he should resign with cards like that. It's this constant need to suppress the facts. It's this constant need to hide information. It's the sun coming out. It's leaving, documents coming out, heartbreak. I keep seeing Archangel Michael. I would not be surprised if they arrange some kind of thing so that he can get out of there. All right, that was Trump. I think his power is waning. People are tired of the divider in chief, as Amy Klobuchar calls him. Yeah, people are tired of him. Okay. Let's look at what's going on in Britain. How is Brexit coming along? The last time I looked at Brexit, they broke all the contracts. Then they quickly signed a bunch of new ones that looked exactly like Brexit and said, we gave you Brexit. Oh, we don't call this Brexit, we call it something else. It's very strange. All right. Well, it feels like it's being replaced by privatization of some type. Being an American, I have no idea what I'm talking about. But you can see the 5 of Swords there, but a 6 of Pentacles moving in. So that if a bunch of deals get changed and things wind up collapsing, it looks like private businesses start reaching out, and then you have all these new relationships with private businesses. New alliances, new business with Europe, new business abroad. I'm gonna have to figure this out. New alliances, new business, new offers. Not immediately. It was a bit of a disaster. Look at that. This is not good. I think that Boris Johnson is going to have a really hard couple of weeks. This looks like something is going to blow up in his face. And things are not going to go the way that he had hoped. But there's a real desire to turn things into, there's a movement towards privatization, private contracts, private relationships. But something is about to happen in Britain that's really going to usurp, it's really going to, it will not bode well for the Tories. Something's about to happen that's, it almost looks like it's a powder keg. So we shall see how that plays itself out. Not good. So it gets worse before it gets better in Britain, I'm sorry to say. I don't think Trump's going to win the presidency. I think people are tired of fighting. I think that they're burned out on him constantly insulting people and taking, he can't ever be wrong. People are just tired of it. They'd rather have somebody like Amy Klobuchar in the White House. It's interesting. I've talked to moderate Republicans, independents, Democrats, and they all say, I like Amy. If I don't know. I think that the highest scores, though, is Amy Klobuchar. One of the reasons why people like Amy Klobuchar is because she's not defensive. Like when she was interviewing Kavanaugh, he's like, do you like to drink? And she says, me personally, no. But my dad, he was an alcoholic, but he's 20 years sober. Like she can hold a respectful conversation with anybody. And and I think that that's what people like about her. Yeah, I think that the winning ticket at this point, energetically, I'm going to go ahead and predict Bloomberg and Klobuchar. I used to think it was Warren and Buttigieg because Buttigieg was popular on Fox, and Warren was very, very popular. Elizabeth Warren, I think that she's probably going to think about throwing in the towel and giving it to Bernie. If she throws in the towel, then that would do very well for Bernie. But a lot of her supporters are going to Amy Klobuchar. So I think that if Warren resigns, it'll probably be Bernie and Klobuchar duking it out. Yeah, we're leery of centrists, but look at what we have in the White House. Yeah, I can see why Cash would think Bloomberg was standing in the end, because Bloomberg is Wall Street. And so Wall Street is not frightened of Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a joke to Michael Bloomberg. Michael Bloomberg is not afraid of Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a gnat, a silly little gnat in adult diapers who can't hit a ball on the golf course. I mean, the way that he's making fun of Donald Trump, and the fact that he is completely fearless, and the fact that he has unlimited money to do it, and he's got, all of the investment companies. What is it? What is it? Sachs. What is it? Goldman Sachs. The big money is behind, obviously, Bloomberg News, Bloomberg Investing. I haven't seen the Russians taking. They were, I don't know. They seem to be on the wane, aren't they? I don't know. Yeah, Andrew Yang dropped out. Oh, I lost my chat. Sorry about this, people. But it looks like the chat has frozen. I can't see it. Can't see the comments. Oh, well. Oh, here it is. Smash the like button. Thank you. All right, I think we're going to close up pretty soon, just because the computer is doing whatever it's doing. Oh, it came back. Michael Bennett also ended it, yes. All right, let's go ahead. We'll look at Mike Bloomberg one more time. What's going to be with Mike Bloomberg? Mike Bloomberg is interesting. You go into his energy, and he really likes Amy Klobuchar. He's like the proud papa when he looks at Amy Klobuchar. So I see a very good energy between Bloomberg and Klobuchar, where Bloomberg thinks she can really pull it off. Let's take a look. He gets the world Ace of Wands and the World card. He's all about taking out the devil. He's all about getting rid of Trump. He thinks Trump is unstable. He thinks, it's all about the devil, putting the devil in the grave, dealing with the devil. That as far as Wall Street's concerned, as far as he's concerned, the president's finished. They're nipping it in the bud. The millionaires and billionaires that got behind this president, he has lost them. He can win. But yeah, there he is. He's very likely can win the presidency, but to be honest, he really likes Amy Klobuchar. If he doesn't win, he will back Klobuchar. But it's very likely he'll win. And what's interesting about him is that he's very sane and he's wealthy but ethical. Like it looks like he believes that this guy, he does want to see Trump finished. The most likely person to win at this point is Bloomberg and Klobuchar. Something disrupts Bernie's campaign, and I don't know what that is. I just want to do a one on Bernie Sanders to try and figure out if the energy changed with him, because yeah, I want to just check Bernie Sanders because he's doing really great, but I wonder if Klobuchar is going to take the Midwest. I mean, yeah, he can win in New Hampshire, Vermont, because that's his community, but I don't know if he can win Minnesota, Ohio, Pennsylvania. A lot of Biden supporters are going to go with Amy if Biden steps back, because she's the closest to being like Biden. All right, let's look at Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders. Amy Klobuchar turns out to be a good president when you go into the remote. She really appeals to people's better angels. So instead of fighting, wasting energy fighting, people are coming up with solutions. That's what I like about her energy. Something happens. I keep seeing walking away, hanging up. He loses steam or something. I don't know what this is. I keep getting this on Bernie. hangs it up, walks away. He has a star over him. The guy is really a true believer in what he's fighting for. I can see why people admire him. Has the star over him. He's been blessed. He's been blessed by his supporters. He's really after Wall Street and the bankers. That's very true. Trump is going to be on the attack. There's something about they're going to start attacking Bernie. He's going to start getting it from all sides. There's Amy. People are going to start attacking Bernie Sanders. And I think that Klobuchar is going to start rising in the polls. It's interesting. Wow. What a crazy, you know what though? I feel like sanity is starting to return. I feel like with Amy and Bloomberg and even to some sense Buttigieg, there's like this powerful, sane energy moving in of moderation that seems to have, they don't want the instability of this president. I think his days are numbered. Because when you lose Wall Street, you've pretty much lost. And Trump has lost Wall Street. I don't think that it's etched in stone. Well, it'll be a woman, it'll be a man, because I believe in the whole multiverse. I think that it's up to us. We have free choice. And I think that there's a lot that goes into rolling the dice. That's one of the reasons why I liked doing the remote viewings where we looked at the probable outcomes if each person had become president. And what the thing that was the most confusing or most surprising for me is that Bloomberg and Sanders came up with similar outcomes, but they just went about it slightly differently. They both, Bloomberg poured lots and lots of money into the green economy, investing in green corporations, just like Bernie did. So it was kind of interesting that they both moved in the same direction, but that Bloomberg was very aware of how it was affecting the market. All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I'm sorry about all the computer problems. If you're still trying to get in for a reading, I'm available for phone readings or in my office if you're in the Los Angeles area. You can go to tarotwithwhimsy.com. And remind people, if you did get a packet of tea from me, please pay your PayPal account. I have something like 6 or 7 people that just didn't pay. So paying allows me to buy more herbs so that I can make more tea for other people. So if 6 people don't pay, it means that I'm out, couple $100 in herbs that could be used to buy more herbs for more people who need medicine. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. And thanks for the support. I'll see you next time. Oh, hi, Sarah. Good to see you. Kiki, darling. Good to see Kiki. Thank you, Michelle, for moderating. All right. Bye, everyone. Love and light.